I saw a UFO, and it went down the river, turned right at the United Nations, turned left, and then down the river. It wasn't a helicopter, it wasn't a balloon, and it was so near.
And it looked what, sort of round, white, luminescent, and silent?
Silent, and it looked dark, like black or grey in the middle, and had white lights, just looked like light bulbs, you know? Just going off, on, off.
They're being surrounded by friggin' UFOs.
So we're going to be exploring encounters of the first kind, which are videos of UFOs that defy explanation. We're going to start off with the Battle of Los Angeles, which is a factual case, and yes, it did happen. Let's see what they had to say about it on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Or Battle of Los Angeles and shit like that. That was a real fucking thing that happened. The pictures of Battle Los Angeles is crazy.
What happened exactly?
There's this big object in the sky, and we're shooting machine guns at it. We got spotlights. This is like in the 50s, maybe? Look at this shit.
Wow.
So we're putting fucking rounds on this fucking thing.
Spotlights on this thing in the sky.
Look at the rounds.
Right, but what is it? What is it that they see? That's weird that all you can see is spotlights.
1947, it says in the corner.
Boy, that looks like a fucking flying saucer.
Look at in the middle,
Yeah.
and but those things around it, those are fucking like Ma Deuce rounds. Like they're shooting at this fucking thing. They don't know what it is.
So another thing I laugh about is when people say, why isn't there any evidence of UFOs, when there is an overabundance of evidence, videos, photos, eyewitness testimony, first-hand abduction testimony. There's an abundance of evidence, and in terms of this case, there was too much evidence to not admit that this did happen. It's a factual event. It happened over Los Angeles, and there is video footage proving this event happened. It did take place.
Morning. The anti-aircraft guns began barking during a blackout ordered by the 4th Interceptor Command at 225 airplanes in the air. Semi-official sources say they probably were the U.S. Army's pursuit. Several observers say they saw one or more planes spotlighted by 20 or 30 searchlights.
Now, sightings and actual events like this has happened all throughout military history, and in this case there was actual video and photo footage of the UFO, and as you can see in these photos, you can see the saucer-shaped craft or whatever it was that was hovering over Los Angeles at that time. Now, when David Grush mentions transmedium technology, I think this is what he's talking about, because there's a massive amount of sightings and footage throughout history of these transmedium craft that seem to just disappear out of reality as we know it.
Oh, it just disappeared.
Frantic and rushed recording job done here. It's easy to miss what was truly impressive about this footage. But what was almost hidden at first is clearly exposed thanks to some great tracking done by QSEC. Look close at the right-hand side of the most predominant UFO. 5 less obvious objects can be seen in alignment. They are then seen through the trees and right up until the end of the clip, where they appear to form a V shape right before flying off. Quote, I think CGI can be most likely ruled out here, since several of the UAPs are barely visible through the trees. This is very hard to achieve unless you have the trees as a static front layer. Since the trees are moving and are correctly following camera parallax, with most CGI work, subtlety is rare. You usually see everything the creator wanted you to see on the first viewing, with little to no obstructions.
It's probably hard to see, but there's a little ball out there that's been floating in the middle of this thunderstorm.
Again, we've got another transmedium craft. I can't see any cloud interception to take it out of view. It does look like it physically moves into some type of wormhole or something. Interestingly enough, Ross Coulthard did a talk type press conference in Melbourne, Australia recently, and he talks about David Grush's knowledge, and as well a lot of other people in high levels of government that work with physicists and scientists that actually have been trying to unlock the secret to transmedium physics and stuff that we just can't even comprehend. This is multidimensionality. It defies the laws of our general physics. This has got to do with quantum mechanics, and it defies the laws of general relativity, which basically defies our entire thought process on reality. And by the way, this is actual NASA footage. Now you tell me what that is. So here in this clip, again we come to some more NASA footage, and you can see these cigar-shaped UFOs basically on the surface of the moon. You can even see the intricate shadows.
Spooked by an unknown floating object that hovers about the area.
Now, you tell me if this video is real. This video just creeped me the fuck out, so I don't know what to say. Just how the dogs react to it, it's really creepy. Is this some type of transmedium being coming to visit Earth from a black hole or from some type of wormhole? Now this footage is actually crazy. It's only recent. It was picked up by the South Wales infrared technology, and it isn't actually visible to the human eye, but it was picked up, and the footage was eventually released to the public in a media statement.
Look at it.
Through heaps of testimony and professionals in the UFO field or aerospace scientific field, a lot of phenomena does happen around lightning and thunderstorms, and in this clip the lucky person captured a UFO in a thunderstorm in Mexico. So this is really interesting because these are official photographs from NASA. You can actually find them on their website, and it was from the Apollo 11 mission, and I believe the astronauts were taking photos of something on purpose. This is another UFO. I'm just going to say the similarities are getting too evident, especially with UFOs seen around thunderstorms or heavy rainfall. So the dots are starting to connect. Now I'm going to leave you with a little bit of a UFO montage, and I'll see you next time. Please share, subscribe and like this video, and also check out my Instagram, Aussie UFO News.
Best I could tell, it was nearly a mile out and moving fast against the wind. Glistening in the sun, it kind of looked like it was made of aluminum.